mini module, we'll take a look into customer value and the customer relationship management system, most importantly using the data you are collecting as a business to make informed decisions. Now, we defined marketing in the first mini module and set a foundation for what marketing is and kind of what marketing isn't. But one term that continued to come into the discussion was the term value. Now, the value is unique in that it isn't something that we provide as a consumer. It is a perception of the targeted market selected or the customers within the marketplace. Value is a perception based upon how well the product meets the needs, wants, and desires or problem to be solved by that consumer. So as we think about marketing messages, marketing strategies, remember it is our ultimate goal to create value for our customer because we're using the marketing or the societal marketing concept as we move throughout the marketing process. A great tool to assist us in determining the problem-solution fit between what we do really well as a company and the needs, wants, desires, or the value to be provided to our targeted customer segments is the business model canvas. This is an excellent resource provided by Strategizer, and it's included within your My Courses module. Let's dig deeper into the business model canvas. The business model canvas is 9 building blocks to success, but let's look at the front end versus the back end. So if you divide it right about here in half, this section is the front end of the canvas. Think of this as the consumer-facing lens. This is everything that the customer sees. You can think about it as a play. If you go to a play, there's a whole production crew, a set team. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. But the play that actually takes place on the stage with the actors and the costumes and the set as it's set ready to go is the only thing the customer sees. The back end, the prop crew, the lighting crew are just as essential to the overall success of that production, but they aren't necessarily seen by the customer. So for the nature of this course, we are going to focus on the front end of the canvas, the front end that actually interacts with the customer. You may notice when you look at the 9 building blocks of the business model canvas that there's a block that is central to the remaining 8. And that is the value proposition canvas. The value proposition is the unique value provided or the problem to be solved by your product or service. Now, the value proposition is not the product or service provided by your organization. That falls into a key activity or a resource. But the value, again, is the value provided or the problem to be solved. Now, one thing that's unique, even though the canvas is entirely built about the value proposition, is that each customer segment identified, something we will learn about in future modules, has a unique value proposition, meaning that we will have multiple value propositions depending upon the customer segments identified. Now, you see 2 building blocks in between: customer relationships and channels. These are your connectors. So the channels are the channels in which you communicate or interact with your customers. This could be a website, it could be a phone conversation, an in-person sales team, or social media channels. And then, of course, relationships is the relationship you want to have with your customer and the relationship that your customer wants to have with you. So I encourage you to review the business model canvas as it's included in this module and begin to think about the connection of the value provided and the value proposition that is communicated to your customers.